Hello and welcome back to Gamers Remorse. Today we're checking out Isle of Skye.
Isle of Skye?
Isle of Skye. From Mayfair and Lookout Games. 2 to 5 players. Takes about 60 minutes. Ages 8 and up.
We just lost all of our Celtic followers.
Do you think we had Celtic followers?
Probably not.
Anyway, gameplay. So first of all, this was the Kenner Spiel des Jahres winner for 2016. Kind of a big deal. Kind of cool, too. I had played this game before then, and I was pretty happy to hear that they had won the Kenner Spiel for this game. It's a little bit lighter weight than I thought the Kenner would be, but it's a blast to play. And there's enough strategy there to keep you interested.
Definitely.
So, gameplay, what did you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the moderate blind bidding mechanic, I guess you could say, where you're allocating prices secretly, and there's an aspect of, I want to just underscore this so no one will pay for it, and I want to charge just enough so no one will buy it. And almost every round there was a tile where I'm like, I want to keep this tile. And almost every time someone was like, that's one more gold than it's worth for me. And I'm like, oh, come on, you should pay it. Really hoping they won't pay it.
All right.
So I liked that aspect of gameplay, of trying to read how much are people willing to pay for it, and how can I maximize their paying me or make sure they don't buy it.
And you were pretty good at it, too.
Yeah.
Might I say that? Because every time it was just one beyond, and I'm like, I can't make it work for me for that price. And then you kept it.
Yeah.
So there was that. Eric, I think this was your first time playing it.
It was.
What's your thoughts first time through?
It took a while for me to kind of get used to it. I wasn't quite sure what exactly I was doing. Or, like, really... I guess I thought I had a little bit more time rather than just, like, 5 rounds, essentially. So I kind of mistakenly played that way, but... I enjoyed it. I just realized I couldn't do that. Oh well.
Controls it. There you go.
There you go.
That's how it was.
Yeah. Nope.
No. No, how you had it.
No, it was right.
How you had it was right.
Yeah, that'll
That
work
works
too.
too.
Anyway,
Nope.
it was his first time, and you enjoyed it, but there was more strategy there than...
Well, I think it was just kind of like figuring out like what I needed to do, and I think I needed a lot more time that I'd really given myself to kind of figure out like a strategy in choosing certain tiles.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Kenner Spiel, right? So there's some depth there.
Yeah.
And it was your first time playing through. So as you play it, I'm sure it would be easier, a second go around. And this game moves at a fairly fast clip. I know pacings, usually we talk about that later, but this game has a super fast clip to it, which means the learning curve is a little bit higher, right? Because in your first couple of turns, you didn't really know what was going on. You schooled me on the ships, though. So there was that. But okay, so we talked about pacing, we talked about gameplay. What about the artwork? Resident graphic artist, thoughts?
Yeah, I really liked it. So the tiles are all designed in a nearly symmetrical manner that they will always perfectly line up. So when your mountains touch your mountains, they will always have matching edges. The roads always match.
I love it when my mountains touch my mountains.
I know. It's,
For the record.
yeah. Some people, they don't like them touching, but those that do. So that's really cool when you look down and you see that near perfect upper view facing down look. That's really cool. When you look at things, we kind of were just saying that first time you play, you have to learn all this iconography and figure out what stuff means. As you play it more and more, it just becomes really simple. So you look at a tile and you know what it means. But like we were saying, it takes a couple playthroughs to get to that level. But I feel like the art makes sense eventually.
Yeah.
It's not... what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like at first glance it's obvious, but as you look at it more and more, it becomes obvious, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And then replayability. I think this is a game, particularly with how you set up the main board, it's a game where it's going to be different way to score points every time, right? We had the unfortunate mishap of having this really difficult one as A, which means in the first 4 rounds you need to be done with it. And no one was going to complete a section of 3 in, or multiple of them in the first 3 rounds. I think you got 2 of them once.
I got 2 by the end of the 3rd round.
Yeah, but that's usually
it only
what you
paid
roll
off
for D.
once.
But, yeah, I mean, even the order of these change, and then there's a whole bag full of them that'll have completely different scoring mechanisms. So the replayability, I think, is pretty high on this game. Yeah.
And I feel like each time I play it, I enjoy it more.
Yeah.
Partly because you learn more and more strategy.
True.
And then Sean buys really cool coins that just make it that much more fun.
Fiddly bits.
Yeah, these do not come standard.
No, they do not. Any final thoughts?
All in all, I think it deserves the Kennerspiel. I'm trying to remember what it was up against.
Was it Pandemic Legacy and Time Stories?
Maybe.
I think it was.
Both of which are great games. But I mean, I feel like this is a bit more gamey, if that makes sense.
That, and this has the replayability, comparatively speaking.
Yep.
Time Stories, once you play a module, you already know the answer, right?
Although, you want to keep playing it until you figure it out.
Well, yeah, until you want to figure out all the side stories, too. And then Pandemic Legacy, obviously, once you've marred the board, you can't really replay that. Yep. This, you replay it every time.
Yeah.
So, anything else? No? All right. That has been Isle of Skye on Gamer's Remorse. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Tune in next time. We'll eat some haggis.
Beam me up, Scotty. Wait, he never said
Captain,
that.
we need more power.